Hi, this is Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com, and this is a futures trading tutorial using the NinjaTrader platform. We're using Nasdaq on the 5-minute time frame. So for signals here, we have the new VWAP Predator for NinjaTrader, which works really in tune with price action and volume, like the VWAP does, but then we take it one step further with accumulation or distribution candles higher than average volume to give us those signals when we cross either the VWAP or the VWAP Fibonacci zones. Also on there, you'll see a lot of support and resistance zones. This is our guardian zones here. So the pink zones are in fact from the 60-minute time frame, even though we're on the 5-minute. The orange zones here, you see, the yellow zones are actually on the 5-minute. 15-minute is the blue and the 30-minute is the green, and you can see here we've got a lot of convergence of a lot of different time frames, but actually Nasdaq has been in a range overnight. So this is the close yesterday and then the reopen for Nasdaq. So we have the sort of nighttime trades going into the Asian session, the sell signals here. And we need to understand how to combine this, because whenever we're trading, no matter what sort of signals strategy we're using, we need to understand where the fresh air is, where we can take the trades and where we can't. We understand if there's enough risk to reward there. So when we get this first sell signal here at 20:55 p.m., that's the in the US EST time, we get a sell signal here. Very, very simple. Look, we just get the fib extension. We're going to go on the stop on the previous pivot before the sell signal, the entry just below this pivot here, and we've got a risk reward of massive. It's around 1 to 3 or something like that. If I just put on there on the template, the template I have that goes 1 to 2, and we'll see it's just blown through there. It's 1 to 2, so that's 1 to 4. So that's a great risk reward, lots of fresh air, and we take that trade. We can take the second sell signal. The third sell signal, though, look where the entry would be and look where the support is. We don't short into support. So we either got that first or the second sell signal, and we short into that support and take our profit. We get a buy signal here. There's lots of fresh air to that next resistance zone, which is totally automated on the Guardian zones. And I'll put the links in for subscribing to the Guardian zones or even buying the VWAP Predator for life. That buy signal is a good signal. We go long, but eventually you see how the ribbon turns red at this point. So it's a break-even trade, and that happens. Okay, now we're moving on. We get a sell signal at this point here, but our risk to reward is very low to the support. So we don't take that sell, we don't take that, we don't take that, we don't take that. We're not shorting into support. And again, with the VWAP Predator, it looks at those signals, and we get, in this case, we get a distribution candle that opens above the VWAP and closes below. It also has higher than average volume. So for that criteria, that is good. It's a good signal. But we add then the Guardian zones, which are totally automated support and resistance zones on multiple time frames, capturing decision points with institutional traders. So if they making the same sell or buy decisions in a small percentage zone of price regularly, it will print those on those different time frames. If they start to ignore those decision points, the software will just remove them. So then when we bounce off this strong support zone, so this is not just on the 5-minute, this is also on the 15-minute as well, we see there. If I just take the 60 and the 30 off, we can see now just the 15 and the current 5-minute time frame. That bounces off. We get a buy signal at this point here. There's good risk reward. How do I know? I can quickly measure that using the fib extensions. The stop for this particular buy signal will be on just below the pivot previous to the signal candle. The entry is just above, and our risk reward is over 1 to 1. That's a great looking trade, and as it happens, it's worked out very, very well. Let me just remove that. You see how the ribbon is still green all the way through up this. We don't take this buy signal, by the way, or this one, because there's no risk reward. We've got to capture that first buy signal there, and that takes us all the way up. The ribbon is still green. Now, sensibly, if we're finding resistance at our automated support and resistance zones, the guardian zones, we could actually then be very tight with our trailing stop to make sure that we're not giving too much profit away here, because this could turn back around right now and come back down into this range. So no matter what signal strategy you're using, you still need to have support and resistance zones on your chart, and this is where the guardian zones really help traders. And again, all I've done here is combine the xBrat VWAP Predator for NinjaTrader to take some fantastic signals, and there will be more signals today, but also I've used that guardian zones to actually frame my chart, so I know which signals to take and which signals not to take, because that's very important. To make sure we've got fresh air and we're safe. The guardian zones are there to keep you safe. Multiple time frames. Again, remember, institutional traders make decisions around the same price, whether it's buy or sell, on more than one opportunity. They keep doing it. If they keep doing it, the software recognizes that and places those particular zones, and that could be on the current time frame. The 15, the 30, the 60, the daily, and even the weekly zones are printed on there as well to help you move along. So check out the links below for the VWAP Predator, which is phenomenal signal provider for scalping and day trading, and then also the xBrat Guardian zones to keep you safe, a must have on your chart, and only $50 a month, and that will save you a hell of a lot more than $50 a month. Okay, hopefully that helps. See you soon.